President Joe Biden is taking a closer look at expanding the United States Supreme Court. President Biden is creating a commission that will look at the number of seats on the bench. CBS 4's Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor joins us live now in Washington with more on that commission's work. Good evening, Jesse.
Yeah, good evening, Bob. The nation's highest court has had 9 members on the bench since just after the Civil War. Congress would have to approve changing the number, but Democrats do now control both chambers and the White House.
The membership and size of the court.
President Biden is fulfilling a campaign promise by creating a bipartisan commission to study adding seats and term limits to the U.S. Supreme Court.
He wants smart legal experts, people who have been thinking about these issues for decades, to have a discussion and a debate.
The 36-member commission will spend the next 6 months evaluating the issues before releasing a public report. It will not give specific recommendations to the president. But this week, liberal Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer warned against a major transformation.
Think long and hard before they embody those changes in law.
Conservatives like Thomas Jipping with the Heritage Foundation argue adding justices to the court is a ploy to quickly gain a liberal majority.
There's no reason to change that system other than to forcibly push the Supreme Court in a particular political direction. That's a terrible thing.
But Paul Schiff Berman, a professor at George Washington University, says Republicans are the ones who have rigged the court.
For the first time in American history, we currently have a Supreme Court where a majority of the justices were appointed by presidents who did not win the popular vote.
President Biden, though, has still not said if he officially supports expanding the court or imposing term limits.
Well, Jesse,
live in Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
Jesse, I'm sorry. Aside from expanding the court, what else will the commission be looking at?
The commission's also going to be delving into exactly how the court selects its cases and the different procedures that go along with that. It sounds like that it's going to be really a kind of top to bottom look, even though expanding the court and other things like term limits is definitely getting the most attention because it's definitely the most contentious. There will be potentially some other major findings to come out of this as well. And even though President Biden hasn't said officially one way or the other if he supports it, he has said in the past, even on the campaign trail, that the system is, quote, getting out of whack. And so even though the commission's not going to give specific recommendations to the president, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki did say that he would, of course, take a very close look at its report.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see what comes out of it. All right. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor. Jesse, thanks again.